Sick to death of your frozen shoulder or your tight and tense shoulder?
Yes.
This is exactly what you need to be able to sort that problem out. Frozen shoulder is a result of an adhesive capsule. The capsule goes around the shoulder joint to be able to hold the synovial fluid to give us that beautiful smooth movement that we've got. If you've done a minor injury at some point in time in your life, that shoulder can become really tense and frozen, and as a result, we need to break down those adhesions to be able to get this thing working properly again. And if you've got postural issues or you've had a previous shoulder issue, like your bursitis, tendinitis, some sort of rotator cuff issue, then this is also a really good way to get the mobility back after you've had those conditions or after you've had surgery on a shoulder. The idea of this is to take the shoulder that's not functioning properly, we're going to say the shoulder on Em's left with her logo, we're getting it into various different positions to break down those adhesions. Really important to make sure that you get into a position and then take it just that little bit further to give that mobility and the stretch and hold that you require to break down those adhesions. No, it's not fun, but it will get you the results. The other thing to remember is make sure that you're not using your good arm excessively. If you're finding you've got to stretch that arm out to get the stretch, move your body away from the source, from the door. Make sure the door's latched, peeps, before you do it and that no one's going to walk through. You might end up getting whacked with it. And then move your body so that this arm's relatively close to your body, doing a little bit of movement, while this one is doing the extremes of movement. So we're to the side of the door, we're getting our shoulders so that we're stretching at the front so that the arm is in front of us, facing away from the door, stretching up and underneath the muscles here that hold the shoulder blade towards the rib cage. Really important to stretch the front of the capsule and those muscles. And then we do the opposite where we're bringing the other arm forward and we're bringing, and they just step forward from the door so that the back of the capsule and the front muscles here are being stretched as well. Again, get it to the point where you feel the stretch and then either lean into the stretch by dropping your body slightly and that will stretch it that little bit further, or just take a few deep breaths in and out in that position to allow that stretch to really take hold. Really important to mobilise your body in this way to be able to achieve the best results with frozen shoulder or any type of shoulder rehab. Flexibility is important. We've spoken about this often. Joints jam up like this and we end up having all sorts of arthritic change. We're trying to open up that joint to allow the body to heal all inside that joint so that we've got the best mobility and the smoothest movement possible. And of course, we want pain-free movement. That is the very best way to get mobilisation into your shoulder. Really, really important. So grab your pulley, super easy. It's a great way to stretch for postural issues. If you're on your computer all day and you've got really tight shoulders, get in there and get some mobilisation and get some movement happening through your shoulder. And of course, don't forget, if you have got frozen shoulder, look into the Chirofix and the ultrasound to help with any of the inflammatory response that takes place in this. If you've got frozen shoulder, consider putting your wrap on ice as a heat pack over the top of your shoulder to warm up the joint before you do this mobilisation exercise, or do it after you've jumped out of the shower. Everything's nice and warm and ready to go. Lots of blood flow, giving a good opportunity for stretch. That is how you sort out your frozen shoulder. Thanks for having us on your therapeutic journey.